me, you are so lucky. Okay, I think half of your anxiety is cut off. Okay, when you do online presentation, you can have all the materials on your table. Okay, the there, there was one examiner who she told me, a full professor, all right, whenever her student present or defend his proposal, or present his or her study, all right, she would, sit in front of her student, and she would like get ready with the answer. you know this is so like, I have to be open with you, be honest with you. I also did that, at that time I was like at home, and my student was, somewhere else, and he could not answer the question, and I was like quickly ask him, you know uh, well, it depends. So that means, it's good to have good relationship with your supervisor. Okay, so to that extent, the supervisor would want to help his or her students. So please grab this opportunity. Please, do your write up, do as quickly as possible. We don't want suddenly IPSI say, now, okay, starting next semester, face-to-face presentation. That's it. Okay, then you have to, fight alone, right? So those are, some my personal experience I would like to share with you. There will be more after this, all right? So if you have any question, I think you just say out loud. I could not see your chat box. All right. Okay, this is I was the internal examiner for an international student from United Arab Emirates, Ibrahim Al-Blushi. All right. When the Viva Voce took place, actually he was at his hometown. Uh, Ibrahim is uh, a police officer, all right, a police officer in UEA. Yeah? Okay, so this is very important. Why we need to be fully prepared to cut down your anxiety. eh? To cut down your anxiety, you will be more confident and more calm, right? If you are fully prepared, you would anticipate, and you would prepare the answer for potential questions. Ask your supervisor. I believe your supervisor has, experience being examiner. So ask, ask your supervisor, what are some common questions, and what are the right answer to give to the examiners. Do this, and then for your presentation, you don't have much time. For master, only around 20 minutes. For PhD, 25 minutes. And you have to present all within, that duration. And when you present, I share with you what are the elements that you need to present, and you 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 want to present what the examiners want to hear. All right, so this is very important. Okay, and you will present in a clear and concise manner that what examiners want. Do not beat around the bush. Do not waste time, right? Do not waste examiners' time. Okay, so another one, if you are fully prepared, you are more engaged. we want, the examiners want the presenter to be engaged. That means you are focused on your the topics that you are presenting, and you would be more focused on what the examiners want to ask, and you definitely, inshallah, you will understand. Once you understand, you will try to answer as correctly as possible, and that would make the examiners give like I would say agree with you, agree with your answer. If the examiners I would say the situation is like start condemning. There are some examiners, do not know how to, control his or her vocabulary. So don't feel, nervous, all right? Because after all, this is your work. You have done this for quite 3 to 4 years. Okay, the examiner only, even though he or she has many years of experience, but he just or she just read your thesis once. They would never read twice. All right, okay, just once. Definitely, I would say the examiner would skip something that is important, that they miss out. And when they miss important points, they would ask you, and you will it's not a problem for you to answer if you are fully prepared. Just answer, right? So answer what the examiners are asking you. So this is very important. Okay, that's why we need to be fully prepared. A little bit about the basic of DRP and Viva Voce. What are the differences between both? Okay, so those who have not done their a DRP yet, even though you have been with UITM for more than 3 semesters, 4 semesters, maybe 4 years, 8 semesters, right? Well, now you have to start somewhere, right? So we really encourage you to do your DRP as quickly as possible. Don't wait. Don't wait. Okay. It is not a matter of, you are brilliant or clever or smart. It is a matter of motivation, okay, and self-discipline. Okay, if you don't like your supervisor, okay, go to your co-supervisor, but yeah, the final say would be your main supervisor. Okay, get to know your supervisor, get to know your co-supervisor. But of course, I know you don't want to quit, but at the same time, no progress. That would, I feel so sorry. Okay, because I have also few students under my supervision. Even though I ask them to like get another main supervisor, still they still do not want to take my advice. So don't waste your time, don't waste your supervisor's time. All right, if you have registered for our programs, commit. All right, so the definition between DRP and Viva Voce, of course, DRP is actually to present your proposed research plan, chapter 1 to 3. Okay, you just present. However, when it comes to Viva Voce, it is actually an oral examination. Okay, an oral examination. When when it is called as an oral examination, of course we will ask you about the content of your thesis, and you should be able to defend, because this is your work. Okay, not your supervisor. All right. So the purpose, of course, DRP is to get approval of your research plan, and you can, proceed to, collect your data or whatever. Yeah. Bear in mind, when you do your DRP, it is good if you already have the items. All right. So and if you have the instrument, you can show to the examiners. That would be good, right? And then what about Viva Voce? The purpose is to to evaluate you. Do you really understand what you are doing? The originality and the contribution of your work to the field, right? So what about the content? Of course, DRP chapter 1, 2, and 3. And Viva Voce 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There are some, thesis up to 6, up to 7. Okay. What about panel? DRP panels are among faculty members. All right. But Viva Voce, the panels or this examiner, one internal faculty member and one external within Malaysia, other universities within Malaysia or international, only two. All right. Previously, three. One international, one external within Malaysia, and one internal. Now, only two. One internal, one external, or international. How lucky you are. Okay, so grab this opportunity. Okay, you have only two examiners to validate your work. Feedback. Okay, feedback from the RP. We just want to refine your research plan. Is your research plan on the right track? We will, the examiners will, the panels, I would say the panels, for the RP panels, the panels would, give you some tips, some potential issues that you might, encounter. All right. So, but for Viva Voce, okay, the feedback would be given on your research work. Okay, and usually the feedback, the feedback, all feedback is written down on a report. Okay, so usually the examiner will ask based on the report that he or she has written. Okay, and very detailed. Okay, what is your role if you in the DRP session? So your role is to convince the panels that your work is important, and what you propose is valid and feasible. Okay, and for Viva, all right, you have to convince the examiners that you know your work. You are the one who, you were the one who did that, all the work. Okay, and you understand what it's all about, and what is your contribution. Okay, your work to the field and so on. Okay, and duration, usually DRP, a presentation plus Q&A around 1 hour, usually the most 1.5 hours. But Voce can be 4 hours, 4 hours, usually 2 hours. All right. So sometimes to 3, sometimes to 4, and if okay, the presentation, the duration is by 1 hour, is done. All right, the Viva Voce is done. That would be that would give you two implication lah. Number one, either your thesis is so good, or number two, either your thesis is not so good. All right. So you cannot say. So if you gone through Viva Voce for like 3 to 4 hours, it doesn't mean that you are in trouble. No, it doesn't mean like that. So it really depends on the session. Okay, what about formality? Of course, DRP half formal, okay, but Viva Voce highly formal, even though online, okay, very structured, okay, very formal, even though online, okay. So let me proceed to the next, okay. Right, let's go to DRP first. For those who have not done the DRP and intend to submit for DRP, usually not more than 20 minutes. Then to know, to anticipate the duration, all right, to fit with that duration given to you, practice. I would always, say to my students, you have to practice more than 10 times, and you have to time yourself. Until you are familiar with every slide. You just look. You don't read, okay? You don't, you don't read whatever, whatever you have on your slides. You have to explain, okay? Don't read, okay? You have to you present, explain. So usually it depends. This is, basically common contents to be presented during DRP. They look at the title. Is the title, because the title would show or would indicate the whole of your proposal. Okay, the IVs, the DV, the moderator, the mediator, the your respondents and all. Okay, so very important title. Okay, and then of course you present the background of your study, of your problem, and then your problem statement must be very clear, and RO, RQs, it depends on hypothesis. What are your scope and limitation of study, significant of study, literature review must be comprehensive, because this is your DRP. We look at chapter 1, 2, 3, and then conceptual framework if you have, all right, and of course chapter 3. You can also put your study plan or your Gantt chart, and you put whatever you have, like you have presented in conference, or you have published few articles. Then you can put at the end of your slides. This is to show your credibility and your hard work, and we really appreciate that. Okay, so basically 20 minutes. Okay, so I will I share with you how to present. Okay, what we assess you? What are the criteria that we evaluate you? Title only 5%. Okay, title 5%. So be careful. Don't take it lightly. The title. Look, the problem statement alone 20%. You should be able to justify and give rationale about your problem statement, and you should be able to analyze your problem, research problem. There should be at least two types of gap. One is theoretical, another one is practical. It is a must. Okay, so because master by research, PhD. Okay, for DRP is quite different. Sorry, for DBA is quite different, because they are like industry PhD, something like that. So your RQ and your RO, I would RO objective, RQ have question, research question, must be clear and really measure, okay, what you want, the issue, okay, the research problem. 20%. Of course, literature review and your conceptual framework. Put in a box, put in a table so that, we can see easily. Put in a table, your literature review, all right? And research method, also put in a table. In one slide, you can present chapter 3. In one slide or 2 slides, you can present your literature review. Okay, me just few slides. To me, if you have to present within 15 to 20, not more than 15 slides. Okay, not more than 15 slides. And significance of the research, 15%. That means what is your contribution? How important or significant your research, your work to the field, to the industry. Okay, so basically these are,
Izma 3.
we
SSM
have
pun
to
dia termasuk
obey
sini.
this. Okay, the panels, when they give, when they assess you, they would follow this. Okay, they would
Boleh.
follow this. We have no choice. This is the rubric for DRP. Okay, this is the rubric for the DRP.
Assalamualaikum, Prof.
Izma
Doktor.
buat apa tau?
Ya.
Izma buat macam mana nak dapatkan
Saya ada soalan.
daripada UiTM, financial
Tadi Prof.
assistance
Doktor
daripada
ada
UiTM.
mention berkaitan we present our literature review in the
Okey lah,
slide.
lepas tu dah ada daripada My Rakyat
If
ada satu
I use
kan.
like SLR style
Ada
of
satu.
presenting, is it okay, Prof?
Luar
Okay.
satu Zul.
Oh, hold on. There
Satu Zul.
is some noise here. Hold on.
Dua satu,
How
Izma
to?
satu. Cukup lah 3. Sekarang ada student kat ini ada
There
student.
is background
Buat masa rasa
noise.
tak boleh muka dia. 20. Tak boleh betul.
Masya Allah. How to stop
Saya
them?
tak ada masa dia nak jual crochet.
That one is coming from Noriani Amir.
Bukan.
Masya Allah.
You may call her name, Doctor.
What?
Lepas tu dia kata dia tak ada
Noriani
masa
Amir.
nak buat.
Noriani Amir.
Dia tak lambat dah suruh.
Why Noriani Amir?
Ready.
Or maybe the admin can mute them as well.
Tak ada masa.
How to mute? Noriani Amir. Okay, I think I managed to mute her.
Okay.
Prof. Doktor, my
Okay.
question.
What is your question?
Okay, at first, I'm sorry because forgot to introduce my name. I'm
Okay.
Arifatri Muhammad from
Okay.
UiTM Cawangan Terengganu, Kampung Tumbun.
Yeah.
And then I would like to ask, just now Prof. Doctor mentioned about presenting the LR during the DRP.
Yeah.
So inside the slide, so shall we use SLR style of presentation?
Of course, it doesn't. Yeah. There is one of my DBA student use SLR for when he did his literature review. Okay, no problem.
Okay, thank you.
Okay. The main point is, can you analyze the related articles and can you synergize? Okay, all right, make sense out of what the articles that you have collected and analyzed. Okay, can you synergize? Okay, can you relate?
Thank you very much.
All right, so it's okay. You can use SLR. Okay, all right.
Thank you, Prof. Doctor.
All right. Okay. So the next one would be Viva Voce. Imagine, all right, you are given for master's student, you are given like 20 minutes only. For PhD, only 25 minutes. And yet you have to present so many. Just tips, all right? What we look for, okay? Chapter 1, Chapter 2, and Chapter 1 and Chapter 2, just like few slides, but we really want to look at your Chapter 5. Okay, Chapter 3, we also want to, 1 and 2, Chapter 1 and Chapter 2, just briefly present, okay? But chapter 3, chapter 4, of course, you need to present because we want to, we want to see what is your research design, research method and all, how you collect your data and analyze and whatever, all right? And your findings, how you analyze your findings. We want to, really know that we really, look and really read. And most importantly is your chapter 5. This is where students, when it comes to chapter 5, they are tired already. All right, they are they got, they when they look at the thesis, they like, wow, they so because of that, their chapter 5 is so brief. Wrong. Your chapter 5, when you do your Viva Voce, your chapter 5, to me, my experience, my own opinion, chapter 5 is the most important chapter. Okay, you should be able to, present the significance of your results. You should be able to present the implication of your results. The contribution, significant and contribution is about the same of your result. We want to know that. And what are your recommendations for the industry, for to the field, the body of knowledge, body of knowledge, knowledge of the body of the knowledge, and also future research. That one we really want to know. Okay, so what more for PhD?
The student will be given 20 minutes or 25 minutes
25 minutes for PhD.
by using a sharing screen.
Yeah. Okay, so
20 minit untuk
another person. Yeah, right.
saya tak ada.
Prof. Doctor, one more question.
Yeah.
It's me again.
Yeah.
Still in chapter 5,
Right.
there is something mentioned about result significance. If, for example, that student after he or she get the result, do analysis and everything, and then he or she went for go for discussion with the industry level to discuss on the result and what's the expectation from the result. Is it can be used as the future study, maybe suggestion from industry based on the result? Is it acceptable?
Yeah. But be careful, okay? When for the significance of the results, okay? First, okay, you have to use your literature review in chapter 2 to justify your results, right? To justify, use back the literature review in chapter 2 to justify your results. Do not, separate chapter 2 from chapter 5. Okay, because in chapter 2 you have claimed that and this and that and and then suddenly chapter 5 you separate chapter 5 from chapter 2. First, you have to use back, okay, all the literature that from chapter 2 to justify chapter 5. And if you want to discuss is the significance, the recommendation, and also the implication with the industry, why not? Okay, if I were the examiner, I would welcome that. Of course, you have to discuss with your main supervisor first. Okay.
Sure. Thank you
yeah.
very much, Doctor.
Very good.
Very
Very good.
nice.
Yeah. So I would welcome that. I have no problem with that. I have no issue with that. But first of all, back to your chapter 2 first. And then,
Okay.
discussing with the industry is actually, your value added. Okay?
Okay.
All
Thank you
right.
very much, Prof. Doctor.
Okay. All right. All right. So look at this. Okay.
Doctor.
Actually, for Viva Voce result, yes?
Hello, Doctor.
Yeah.
I have a question.
Sure.
Right now, I'm waiting for my Viva date.
Oh, congratulations. Right.
Thank you, Doctor. Okay, like this. Actually, my kidney is 4 years already.
It's okay.
So I just I just have one thing in my mind.
Yeah.
Do the examiners have issue if my problem statement is happened in 2018? So because my DRP have been lulus lah, have been
Yeah, I know.
succeeded, yeah.
Yeah.
So that's my questions. But when I went through my research back, so dia keep on running in my head, kan, kata Allah, kata takut sangat yang itu doktor.
Yeah. Okay, we understand that there are students like 9 to 10 years only after that they did their viva. Okay, so that means their problem statement would be, you would assume, outdated, right? Okay, but your issue, your research problem is currently happening right now? No? Totally?
Currently happening.
Yeah.
Currently
issue then?
happening.
Then no issue.
No issue, eh?
You just update the literature review. The
Yeah.
literature review you have to update, I tell you.
Okay.
No issue. Research problem is still happening now. You just use the recent literature review. 4 years is nothing. Okay. Okay, 4 years is actually okay. Okay, there are students like you have been here like 7 years but still have not done the RP.
Okay. Thank you,
Okay.
doctor.
So you imagine the how outdated his or her research problem. So the most important thing is to do the update the literature review. Okay, update the literature review. Okay, so this is how we
Doctor, sorry to
yeah
interject.
yeah
I have a question
yeah
regarding the DRP and
yeah
also the Viva Voce.
yeah
The DRP, during the LR literature review presentation,
yes
is it advisable to emphasize more on underpinning theories, or to emphasize on the observation and also first-hand experience regarding the research?
Okay, good question, Kazim. Thank you. Okay, if you want to justify your based on experience and observation, I would say those justification are more suitable for your research problem statement. Okay, your problem statement. I would say, is use that your observation, your experience to strengthen your research problem, or we would say preliminary study. Okay, because at this, when you do your literature review, we actually do not want to actually we are more focused on what the current studies or current articles out there that you can use to justify your claims, or of course your literature review. So my advice for your literature review, use empirical or journal articles, right? Journal articles, not website articles. Journal articles means articles that have done research and have data and analyze and have findings.
Okay, that leads to another question regarding the methodology.
Yeah.
From the methodology, if I want to pursue to discuss more, can I inculcate the observation that I have, my first-hand experience for my the hypothesis that I personally developed, or I should just stick with the underpinning theories and move on to the rest?
Okay. For methodology, I'm not sure what is your topic. What is your topic?
The role of IS information system to SMEs, which is the ERP, Enterprise Resource Planning.
Okay, Kazim, my opinion, this is my personal opinion. If you want to, justify for your methodology, you have to use underpinning, research from previous studies. All right, you cannot use your based from your experience or your observation. At this moment, yeah, during your study, we don't want to listen to what you have experienced, or we don't want to know what you have observed yet. Okay, so all those you can use to strengthen your research problem. Okay, you can put that your observation and your experience in your problem statement. That is okay. But for your literature review or for your methodology, not yet. Because
So
it is
when I,
not advisable.
thank you very
Okay,
much.
Kazim?
So if I'm setting the stage
Mm.
from the introduction part, which means which also have the problem statement, so that's where I have to illustrate my experience, my observations, and maybe perhaps the descriptive, predictions, right?
Okay, if you want to use your observation or you can do that after you have, after you have analyzed like few studies, right? And then you can use your experience or your observation to synergize,
Mm.
to analyze. Then it's okay.
All right, understood.
Do not use solely your observation or your experience to in your chapter 2 and chapter 3. But if you still want, because you think that your observation and your experience are valuable and very much related to your study, you can use that. Comes when you want to synergize. All right.
Oh.
But after like few articles, you have discussed for example, one paragraph, one theme. All right, and at the end of the paragraph, then you might want to you know put, I would say, your voice, right? Your opinion, your voice or whatever, based on your observation and your experience. Then I think that would be okay, but not that much.
All
Because
right.
because you know what, at this moment we are not that interested in your opinion, or not opinion. We are not, I would say, your experience, your valuable experience, and your valuable your observation should be put in problem statement, chapter 1.
Oh,
You can put
okay.
that. But if you still insist, because you know what is what is best for your study, right? So if you insist, you can, but just for the purpose of synergy, right? Synergize. You can do that.
Oh, okay. Understood. Just to recapitulate about what you said, my first chapter is just to make an introduction to what my experience and to why I am trying to develop this research.
Yeah.
And the chapter 2 is basically the underpinning theories that I need to
Yes.
integrate into my study and the
Right.
past previous studies.
Yep.
And chapter 3 is the method I want to use, which leads me to another question regarding the methodology. The methodology sometimes, haven't been standard yet,
Yeah.
because based on the previous study. So
Yeah.
if I, like, for instance, I put a methodology at the beginning, I already identified the method I want to use. Then after the DRP, then I feel like, oh, there's a changes. Is it
Yeah.
permissible to change?
Yeah, it's okay. If you when you did your DRP, you use a certain type types of analysis, and then suddenly, you know, after the RP, you decided to use different, right?
Exactly. Yes.
Okay,
Correct.
then first of all, get you know, a permission from your supervisor, main supervisor first, or you know, your,
Right.
together with your co. If they agree, then it's okay.
All right. Understood.
Ah.
Thank you very much for the clarity.
Okay. All right. Thank you. Right. So let's move on the assessment. No, not assessment. The result. So usually, this is the category of the Viva, Voce or PhD or master. All right. Result. All right. You have passed. Hardly student hardly can get this category. However, there are many students would get 2A or 2B. All right. When 2A means 2B and 2A is there are minor corrections, right? But only 2A you have to, you know, submit your correction within 1 month, and verified by your main supervisor. Many students got minor correction, but 2B. That means you are given like 3 months for correction, and also internal, usually internal. It depends on the, you know, committee or the group of the examiners, sometimes external, okay, has to verify your correction. When the statement here, you know, put here 3 months, that means submit for, you know, that means submit for hardbound already, you know. That means when you are given 3 months, within 2 months you need to cover, if possible within 2 months you have to do your correction. Give like 1 month to for submission, for hardbound or whatever. Okay, so that is very important. So major, if you got major, it is okay. Okay, usually internal examiner will verify your correction, usually hardly external. Okay, because they have many, you know, other, you know, work to do, right? So okay, for major, 9 months. Even though you are given 9 months, there are many, you know, they were many students do the correction within 2 weeks, even though they got major. That means what? That means it doesn't matter major 2A, a minor 2A, minor 2B, major 3, whatever. It doesn't matter, as long as you pass. Okay, as long as you pass. There were many students, you know, even though they got major, they submitted their correction within 2 weeks or 4 weeks, 1 month. So it is okay, but try to get minor correction. Try to get, right? So re-examination, we need to avoid. Of course, category 4 and 5, we try to avoid. For re-examination, okay, you have to reviva, resubmit and reviva within 12 months. So these two internal as external examiners, they have to verify. Okay, and there was one case who failed. Okay, but not from our faculty. Okay, hardly we hardly fail student. We hardly fail student. Okay, if the student, you know, fail, that means, you know, he or she did not consult much with the main supervisor, and also main supervisor just sign, give his or her signature on the form. Okay, that hardly, but the most common is 2B. And bear in mind, okay, bear in mind, if you even got a major, it is okay. Other people wouldn't know. It's okay. Okay. So the next one, let me go quickly. Now what time? Okay, 1 hour already, yeah. So I anticipate 1.5 hours, and then another half an hour for Q&A, right? So another one, because you are so lucky doing online presentation, then the preparation is a little bit different. So many cases whereby, the line is not stable, and then very noisy background because, because that is not on purpose. So like technical setup, all right. Make sure your voice is clear. Make sure your what do you say, your picture or your what or is clear, right? And then presentation setup, no background noise like just now. Where you want to present, make sure you have microphone, or sometimes you need to have microphone, sometimes you need to have like speaker to listen what your examiners, whatever you have to prepare that. Okay. Don't take it lightly. Environment and setting, where do you want to present? Some students, they presented at the cafe thinking that that place would be quiet, but sadly, no line, for example. You don't do that. So choose a setting or environment that is most suitable for your presentation. Okay. And then even though you are online, dress professionally. Use, wear tie for male, not coat, blazer, whatever. Okay. Also for female, all right. Your headscarf, okay. Make sure it is neat, and make sure you are presentable. Okay. You look presentable to the examiner. Okay. And time management, make sure you follow time 20 minutes. There were some cases whereby, they reached like 15 minutes, 5 minutes, 5 more minutes to go, but had not covered the chapter 3 yet, or something like that. That means it shows that you are not fully prepared. You did not practice. Easily, we can just imply. Examiners imply like that. So time management, practice, practice, practice more than 10 times. Communication must be clear. Make sure they, can listen, can hear well, and you also can hear and listen well. Okay. And then, okay, even though you are online, be engaged, focus, be engaged, interact. Okay, interact. All right. So handling questions, we will go, we will discuss this further later, but handling question, every question that been asked need to be addressed. Okay. And you have to practice more than 10 times. Online, you can record yourself. It does, you easily can record yourself and look at your own presentation, and you can evaluate yourself, show to your supervisor. You can do mock online with your supervisor. Okay. And have necessary documents and notes, on your table. All right. So because you can do that, you can refer. All right. Your notes you are doing online, and don't forget to say thank you to the examiners. This part is, where you can touch examiner's heart. Okay. This is very important. This is, whereby the examiners would melt. Right? So say thank you genuinely. Say thank you, be appreciative. Genuinely. Okay, but sometimes I experience whereby the supervisor would say thank you. No, not supervisor. You, the presenter, would say thank you to the audience, of course, to the supervisor first, and then to the audience. Okay, thank you to the chairperson. Thank you to the note taker. Thank you to the secretariat. Say thank you. Okay, very important. All right, not the supervisor if possible. Supervisor would say thank you when he or she noticed that you, did not say thank you. So common mistakes. We don't like this. So this you need to avoid if possible. If you blunder, it's okay. Okay. So like students tend to cite too many references, but they do not explain the references. They do not explain how this reference relevant to your study, just for the matter of citing. Okay, that is lame. To me, that is lame. Don't do that. Okay, and then failing to anticipate potential questions and not prepared, not fully prepared for the answer, because you don't do your homework. You have to. Okay, you have to do this, discuss with your supervisor. If your supervisor is too busy, discuss with your friends, your colleagues, your friends who are actually doing his or their masters or PhD, or other lecturers that you are comfortable with, but you still need to discuss a few questions and also the answer, not question only, also the answer, possible answer based on your study. Okay, so just before I forget, just my advice: you manage your supervisor, not supervisor manages you. Please, you have to understand this. Nowadays, each supervisor has like so many students under his or her supervision. Sometimes he or she tends to forget what your title, and you like, sulking away, feel so sorry, he even don't remember my name. Okay, okay. So don't feel that way. Okay. So what you can do is you manage your supervisor. Okay. You manage your supervisor. You set the appointment. You text your supervisor your progress. You email whatever. But you are the one to manage the supervisor, not supervisor manage you. Then you are in a good shape. Okay, I would say, independent. But again, even though you are independent, whatever you have done, your progress, you have to inform your supervisor. That is very important. Okay, because after all, your being supervisor is the one who sign. Okay, whatever form you want, him or her to sign, you endorse. And not practicing enough before presentation, that is very bad. You have to practice. Online, record yourself. There were some students who are quite defensive because he or she, the presenters, thought that the examiners, some examiners are also rude, I would say. All right. There are also presenters rude, who are rude. Well, that should not be happening. Okay, so even though you found that the presenters are quite harsh, it's okay. Don't easily get defensive. Okay, so just imagine that they want to help us. They are not attacking our personal. Okay, they want to help us professionally. Okay, they want to help us to become a doctor. They want to help us to pass our master, right? Not attacking our personal whatsoever. Always bear in mind. So you wouldn't feel that defensive, or you don't argue back. Okay, when they criticize, some of examiners really criticize, put you down. For example, simple. this is not PhD level. Oh my God. To me, that particular examiner needs to go, for, a training or a course, how to ask question in Viva Voce session, So don't easily get defensive, all right? It's okay. Be open, and not engaging with the panels. Before you start, you should know the panel's name. Ask the secretariat the panel's name, the chairperson's name, the secretariat, the note taker's name, whoever they are, address their title. Okay, this is very important. Okay, so this is even though it looks small, but very important to the examiner. Okay, when you present, okay, we want to look at your maturity, your accountability, whereby you don't blame your supervisors, your passion, your motivation also. Okay, because even if you are doing your PhD, you are actually carrying the title of doctor. Okay, so that title, if there is a title doctor in front of your name, so what type of attitude you should carry, that one you should show during your Viva Voce. Okay, and then last but not least, I think no, before this, expectation, right? Clear and concise. No need to use high level of English sentence structure or grammar. No need. Clear, simple, concise presentation. Okay, comprehensive understanding, we want that. Do you know what you are presenting? We want to know that. Okay, ability to answer question confidently and thoughtfully. Even though you are not confident, you have to show, that you look confident. Okay. Evidence of critical thinking and analytical thinking. This is whereby I like to relate to Lokman Mahmud just now, the fast track student. Okay. I know that that time he was so young, but when the examiner asked him about, who from which article, very micro type of question, from which author did you cite to support your claim so and so. Of course, we wouldn't remember, right? We wouldn't remember which authors, but this particular Lokman Mahmud say, okay, wait, doctor. Okay, I'm thinking right now. Hold on. I think I know. His attitude was like that. Hold on. He was like, if possible, he want to give the answer. That attitude, that is, to me, I know, very good. It seems that he didn't want to give up easily. Hold on. I think I've come across that authors. Hold on, the name, if I'm not mistaken, the name, something like that. Very interesting individual. All right. So professionally, be prepared. Okay. And take a deep breath. Breathe. If you feel nervous, and relevance and significance of the research to the field. This is, these are the expectations from the examiner. And lastly, okay, I think this is the last one, or before that. Okay, so yeah, Malaysian version of common questions. All right, Malaysian version, not global or other countries version. This is Malaysian version. So of course they would start with how come, what makes you choose this topic? All right, so what are the reasons? This is my question. This is my favorite question, number 3. What is the key focus of your study? This is my favorite question. Limitation, okay. Implication for master by research and PhD, implication. Very important. Chapter 5, Strength and weaknesses, hardly, all right. Of course, data collection, data findings, analysis, all right. Key findings, contribution to the field, to the industry, all right. And then future direction. Basically, these are 10 common questions in UiTM. Okay, in UiTM. Maybe there are, plus or minus. It depends. It depends on your work, on your research. Okay, as I mentioned just now, when they ask question, actually the question is, they don't understand or they find issue in your work. And what if you don't understand, you could not answer examiner's question? Be honest. Luqman Mahmud would say, I'm so sorry, doctor. Prof or whatever, it seems that I could not find the answer. May I know, can you clarify further? Macam tu. Okay, sorry. It seems that, you are interested to know the question that you do not know to answer. It shows your attitude, your passion. Okay, so that is very clever of him. Take a moment to think. Oh, hold on. Give me a moment. All right. Or think aloud, like just now I mentioned. I think I remember. Hold on. You while thinking, you say something. So it shows that you are concerned and you want to answer the question and you are accountable to answer all questions as much as possible. That is good. Stay calm. I noticed that some students, even though they have passed, usually they would cry, all right? But they are like, yes, don't do that. It is so unprofessional. Yes. No, please. Okay, switch off first and then yes, then you can do. Okay, so very unprofessional. And try to defend as much as possible your answers. And try to engage constructive dialogue. If you do not know the answer, then you might want to get input from the examiners to improve further. Okay, it's okay. It is okay. Okay, so okay, almost 11:30, 11:35. I'm done. If you have any questions, you may ask. Okay, Azrin. Okay, Zarina.
Salam, Doctor.
Waalaikumsalam.
Assalamualaikum, Doctor.
Waalaikumsalam.
Okay, Dr. Shireen, how are you?
I'm good, Nana. I'm good. Thank you.
Okay, my question, Doctor. Okay, just now you mentioned about Viva. I'm concerned about Viva Voce topic here.
Yeah.
Okay, my concern about chapter 4, Doctor. Do you have any
Yeah.
idea what the question might be pop up from the examiner for chapter 4? Because just now you mentioned the most important chapter for Viva is chapter 5.
Yeah.
Okay, so my first question is regarding the question for chapter 4.
Yeah.
What should students focus on?
Yeah.
Okay, and my second question is about chapter 5. Just now you mentioned under recommendations. I jot down here to the industry, body of knowledge. What else, Doctor? I missed a few things from chapter 5
Okay.
that we need to clarify further.
Okay. Thank you,
Doctor.
Nana. Okay. 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 For chapter 4, okay, what to present? in chapter 4. So usually in chapter 4, we just put in one table, and of course, we present the no need to present research paradigm, present the research design. If you follow Umar Sekaran, so there are few elements under research design. You can follow that if you follow. Okay, so there are so many authors or gurus that you can follow their
di kita di situ dia punya pengurus dan juga daripada ni lah punya yang kita selalu
hold on. Hold on, okay. Okay, so what you need to present
bukuran tu alamak bukuran tu saya tak dapat penjelasan detail tapi kalau biasanya tapi kita bawa untuk tuan negeri
okay. Are we done here?
Contohnya kalau macam kalau lagi contoh yang saya pernah buat kat Kelantan kan, so kita deal dengan apa pembangunan kemajuan negeri Kelantan. So kita kan dia federal punya post kan.
RJ.
Yang federal punya betul PKS. So negeri kan, federal punya post kan. So kita direct dengan dia orang.
Let me close this one first.
Kita tak boleh direct dengan, yelah maksudkan negeri SUK kan daripada lain bendera kan.
Okay, done, Okay, so what you need to present, of course, your research design, okay, and then the population, what is that? Your respondents, right? Your sample technique, all those you have to present. Okay, so they want to look how you analyze your findings. Okay, for example, if you use, are you using PLS, SEM? Are you using that?
No, I'm doing quali methods on case study.
Quali. Okay, if you use quali only, not mix,
Yes, doctor, only.
Okay. If you use quali, usually examiner, as one of your examiners must have background on quali. Okay, so of course, I'm not that good in quali, but of course, all the steps that you need to address in quali, you have to fulfill. Okay, and they will ask you the steps that you maybe miss, or the step that you to him or her is not quite right, but it's okay, you can justify. Usually when you come to that stage, they just want to get your justification, and also if they found that is not quite right, especially on methodology, on analysis, so they would like the worst, they would ask you to reanalyze that one, that in that case, na'uzubillah, you will get a major. But again, my advice is try to ask few lecturers who practice on quali, and just give your chapter 4 to them. Okay, so and if they say okay, then should be okay. But don't just give to your main supervisor alone, not enough. If you are not sure, show the whole of your chapter 5 when you do your analysis to other lecturers that also qualitative lecturer who is master in quali. Okay.
Is it considered expert validation, Doctor?
Expert, no, it's not that you can do, not just to confirm that what you are doing is right. For example, many students would refer to Prof. Ramaya for quanti, right? So Prof. Ramaya would quickly answer your question. If you text him, he would quickly answer your question, and that would make you feel calm, or more calmer. Okay. I have come across whereby my own student, when DBA did her DRP, the panel I would say an expert in PLS, SEM PLS. I'm not, okay. So I'm a rush person, and also SPSS. So I know a little bit about PLS and SEM, okay, because I also went for many courses, okay. And this particular panel bluntly would say, no, you are doing it wrongly, but it's okay. It's okay. Okay, you still justify what you feel it is right. Don't be afraid. Okay, don't get offended. Okay, don't be afraid. Just what you know, what you have done, and you just justify and answer the question. So they would, for quali, they would ask the steps. They would ask the step. Have you done this? Next this, next this, next this. Similar like Quanti. Quanti also like that. Okay, because there are so many school of thoughts. You would feel so nervous in if I follow this, what if the panels or examiners use different school of thought? Okay, so we have to be open. So except for for like me, I did on rush. Of course, at that time, many no, you wouldn't get many examiners that good in rush. They would say, why rush? So of course I have to know from A to Z on rush, so that I can answer, or if they want me to clarify further, all right, so I will be able to clarify. Okay, so for chapter 5, okay, of course, this is I would say the forgotten element, the most forgotten element by the students, because they are already tired. They have spent like so many years, but when it comes to chapter 5, they hardly do it thoroughly. But in the fact that chapter 5 is the most important chapter for Viva Voce, Okay, so if I were the panel, I would read chapter 5 first. Okay, I will read chapter 5 first. Okay. Then I go back to chapter problem statement, and then RORQs, and then literature review would be the last. I will go to chapter 5 first, and then go to chapter 3 and 4. Go forth and back and forth and back, something like that. Okay, so chapter 5 is very important. Implication, significance, should be able to recommendation to the industry from the perspective of employer, employee, from the perspective of whoever you think is important, a supplier or whatever. That one, you have like 2 or 3 parties already for practical industry. For the maybe a contribution to theory, underpinning theory, maybe to the contribution research gap. All right, maybe there are so many types of gaps that you can fulfill or fill in. Okay, but must address back to your problem statement, of course, definitely. Okay, must address back to your must link, everything must be linked. Okay, everything must be, don't put don't put something that is not answering your RQs. Must link with your RQs. Don't I just put extra just in case. No such thing as in case. We don't have time to read. Something that is not relevant to, not linked to your RO, RQ. So very important. Don't put extra analysis. We don't want. Okay. All right, Nana?
Okay, Doctor. Great. Thank you so much.
Okay. More question?
Assalamualaikum, Doktor.
Waalaikumsalam.
I'm Nur Shazwani. I'm a
Shazwani.
master student in Faculty of Sports Science and Recreation.
Yeah.
So currently I'm waiting for my Viva Voce session. So I would like to ask your recommendation and suggestion for the chapter 4 and chapter 5.
4 and 5.
So for chapter 4, basically we will present our results or findings, right? So
Yeah.
is it necessary to present the findings according to the research objective?
Yeah, of course.
Right.
Research objective. And it's like this. It depends. It depends on your supervisor. If I were your supervisor, I would do like this. Chapter 4, you answer your RQ.
Alright.
RQ, research question and hypothesis.
Yes.
Right. Chapter 5, you answer your RO.
Oh, I see.
Okay. A little bit different from RQ and RO, right?
Yeah.
Chapter 5, RO. Chapter 4, RQ and hypothesis.
Chapter 4, RQ and hypothesis.
So it would make more structured. So you are actually answering all.
Repeat, Doctor. Repeat.
Repeat?
Can you repeat? Yes.
For chapter 4, you answer RQ and hypothesis. Okay. RQ and hypothesis, very important. All right, for chapter 4. Chapter 5, answer RO, objective.
Thank you.
Right, thank you.
That is what I always, tell my students to do that. Okay, so you cannot, that in that way you are answering what you all your ROs and RQs. Okay.
Right. Another question, Doctor, for the chapter 5.
Yeah.
In your point of view, is it good for the presenter to present their discussion according to the research objective? For example, for research objective 1, we provide our discussion and also the supported details from the LR.
One more time. What is your question just now?
Okay, for the chapter 5, we need to present according to the research objective, right?
Betul, yes.
If we have 7 research objectives, is it necessary to present the 7 research objectives of the discussion?
Wow. Okay. Okay. Right. How many RQs you have?
For now, I have around 8 research objectives.
RQs?
RQs also 8, but for the RQs, basically I separate. The main research question is 2, which is in terms of the descriptive and also inferential.
Okay. Now, in my opinion, you answer your 8 RQs and 8 ROs.
All right, Doctor. Thank you so much.
You have to be, in detail. You have to be very detailed. Okay. There are some students who have like 100 plus of RQs. That is ridiculous. Okay. That is too many to me. 100 plus, 200 plus. Okay. So okay, RQ 8, ROs 8, okay. And then you have 2 main main objective. Then you answer your RO and RQs. Not answering your main.
All right, Doctor. Thank you so much.
Okay. Question?
All right, Prof.
Yeah.
You can hear me.
Yeah, I can hear you, Azrin.
All right, Prof. I just have one question. I really need your opinion on this.
Yeah.
If the examiner suggests something about your research and then we didn't agree about it,
Yeah.
me and my supervisor didn't agree about it, how do you react? I want your opinion.
First of all, say thank you.
All right.
All right. So thank you very much for your input. This is very unique suggestion, and you might want to say of the suggestion from different perspective, right? And of course, I will discuss this feedback with my supervisor, see if we can adjust your suggestion, put your suggestion to refine my whatever. Say thank you first. Okay, in your okay, because you know better, your supervisor know better, right? Knows better, but maybe the examiner thought that his or her input is the best for your study, but the fact that you and your supervisor disagree, but you never say, I'm sorry, I disagree. You don't say like that, huh? You say thank you. It's
Because
okay?
I'm afraid that by the end of the day, we submit the correction to him at the
Yeah,
end.
I know.
So
Yeah.
you know what I mean?
It's like, yeah, I know. Yeah, it's like this. You can justify, right? At the like at the corner of your report there for your correction form, you would say, after discussing with main supervisor, because the main supervisor would endorse your correction. Just we stick to the original findings or statement or whatever. It's okay. It's okay. Okay, it's okay. Usually external examiners, when it comes to the stage, do the correction, endorsing the correction, they will look like you know, something like that. But there are some examiners like even one term. They do if they don't like that term, a term. The student use this term, but the examiner wants you to use the other term. In my opinion, follow the examiner. Just a matter of different term. Don't waste your time. Just follow. You want to get your title, right? You have been working so hard for many years. Just a matter of that term. Don't be stubborn. Follow the examiner. Okay. Right. More question, please.
All right. Thank you, Doctor.
Thank you.
Hi, Doctor.
Hello.
I'm going to do my DRP.
Good.
Could you please explain what's the relationship between IO and IQ? Because previously you said that chapter 4 is about IQ, IO, and chapter 5 is about IO. Sorry.
Okay, Liu. I
So I
understand
want
you.
to know the relationship between the IQ and IO, Doctor.
Oh my God. Liu King Fang.
Yeah.
Right. You are about to present for your proposal, right? Defend your
Yes.
proposal. Okay. By now, you should be able to know what is RO. Okay. In our faculty, RO means research objectives. Okay. Right. And RQ means research questions. Okay. All right. So, well, it depends on some supervisors. Okay. They believe that, the study should not have even a hypothesis. I'm not saying, I still, have not mentioned about hypothesis yet. There are some lecturers or supervisors who uh, feel that the study should not have hypothesis if the study is not an experimental study. You know, It depends. It depends on your supervisor. But RO and RQ you should have. So usually when we have a research problem, right? We have research problem. We have research issues. We put in our problem statement. Okay, and of course we want our problem statement. There should be theoretical gap. There should be gap. There should be a practical gap. At least you have to have these both types of gap in your problem statement. And you want to close the gap, you want to overcome the issues, okay, by questioning, by developing RQ. By answering the RQ, hopefully you can close the gap. Hopefully you can answer the RO question. That means ROs and RQs are very much related and linked. All right. So in my opinion, Liu, you go back to your main supervisor or co-supervisor before you do your DRP. You have to understand first. Of course, I believe you have your ROs and RQs already. And then understand first. These are the first you have like how many RQs? How many ROs you have?
Currently I have three RO and three RQ.
Okay.
And if I said that they are one versus one relationship, is it right? For example, RO1 is based on RQ1. Is it right?
Yeah. It can be like that, right? I understand. That means RO1 is linked to RQ1, right? RO2 is linked to RQ2 and so on. Yeah, some students do that. And to me, in my opinion, I would accept that. But there are some students who have like only 3 ROs but 7 RQs. You know?
Oh,
Why? Because they compact the RO. The you know, like RO1, okay, RQ1 and RQ2, okay, they compact and become RO1, represent RO1. So it's okay, Liu. All right.
okay.
But sometimes examiners or panels would say, why you combine? It should be 1-to-1. Or why your RO is, you know, like just 3 and your RQ is 5? Then okay, just follow. It's, you know, just different opinion, different preferences. Just that. No,
Okay.
it's not a big deal.
Okay.
Okay, you.
Thank you, doctor. Very
You're
clearly,
welcome.
I understand.
All
Yeah.
right, good.
Thank you, doctor.
Good. Yeah.
Yeah, morning.
Can you hear me,
Oh,
doctor?
Oh,
Yeah, hi.
Lakshmi?
Yes, Lakshmi here, doctor.
Yeah,
All
Lakshmi.
right.
How are you?
Okay, I'm good. How are
Good.
you, doctor?
Okay, good. I'm good too.
Very interesting session indeed.
Good. Alhamdulillah.
Okay.
Right.
Yeah, okay, doctor, just letting you know, I am currently in this data analysis
Good.
phase.
Yeah.
So my research is of qualitative in nature, whereby
Good.
I conducted in-depth interview with key informants.
Right.
Relevant to my research, and I have kira ramai juga lah informants about
Okay. How many?
about 40 of them.
40.
Yeah,
Wow.
that's a lot. That's
Yeah,
a
a
lot.
lot.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. So as you can imagine, there's a huge amount of rich qualitative data.
Yeah. Right. Of course.
Okay. Yeah. So how do you suggest that I go about it?
What? The one of my student now doing PhD, but I am the co-supervisor, second co-supervisor. That means She has one main, one co, and second co. So I am the second co. She is doing on quali, all right? Usually, when she did her proposal DRP, usually students would mention the maximum number of key informant is 10. Usually panel would say, no, who says that? It can be any amount as long as until you reach the saturation, right?
Yes.
Right. So okay. So how to present this? Okay, your finding that 40 informant, right?
Mm-mm.
You would find the team, right? Team.
Yes,
How
correct.
many?
Teams.
Okay. So in my opinion, because I'm
Uh-huh.
a quali person,
Right.
you present based on team and you combine all the informant that that relate to that particular team.
Oh, okay. So
So
does it mean
based
like out of the 40 informants, 20 informants agree that on a particular team?
yes.
Okay, all right.
Don't present all 40. Informant 1, informant 2. No, not like that. Based
Uh-huh.
on team, because you have so many informant.
Betul?
Kan? So that would
Mm.
drag you, you only have like 25 minutes. You are doing PhD, right? Masters.
Yes, PhD.
A PhD. You have only 25 minutes to present. Okay? So,
Mhm.
in my opinion, I would suggest you to do like that. You present your findings based on team. So you would say team number 1, okay, agreed by informant 2, 4, 5, and 11. Something like that. That would,
Okay, all right, all right,
that would cut, so much time. You don't have to drag.
right. So I quantify.
Right. After all, panels have read already your thesis.
Yes, correct. Okay, all right.
Okay,
And
when
then
they, yeah.
mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then like macam will the panels ask, Prof, can you show us all the interview transcript?
Oh, it depends. Yes. If they like doubt
Uh-huh.
or they are very much interested in your study, they would
Uh-huh.
like, can you show me the proof that you that you have interviewed 40? You should be ready of that lah. You bring along. You don't have to bring along because you are online, right?
Yes.
So you should put in like soft copy lah. You should have ready with all those. Get ready
Right,
all those.
right.
Sometimes they would ask.
Yes, I
Sometimes
suspect because yes.
to an extent whereby they doubt about you collect data like 400. Okay, show me that 400. Then you
Yeah,
have to
because
open your
yes,
survey.
right. Because I understand untuk macam qualitative data, like 40 informants is a bit too much.
Why? Yeah.
Yeah,
They would
so
ask you why 40? So what would
ah,
how would you answer that? Why 40?
right. So
So
I need to be
maybe,
prepared with my answers also.
of course, because you haven't reached your saturation yet, maybe.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Okay. All right. Okay.
Right.
And
Okay.
then doctor, like see macam qualitative data also when you analyze this, the main school of thought is yang apa tu, Brown and Clark.
Mm-hmm.
But if I want to like give macam mana, like I want to justify that or to add a different scholar.
It's okay.
In your opinion, yeah.
Okay. Like this, Lashmi.
Uh-huh.
Use the most prominent one. Yeah, the one that is everyone is used the
Yes.
scholar. But if you want to use the other, also can. That means you compare and contrast. Be safe.
Okay.
Use
Alright.
the one the scholar that everyone is using, but you want to explore different scholar, right?
Mm-hmm.
So you can you can describe both.
Okay, alright.
In
Understand.
your thesis,
Yes.
Usually you know, because you want to be neutral, right? So I use A, I use B, I use C. But among these three, I would pick C to support my findings.
Okay, all right.
Yeah, yeah,
Okay,
it's
understood.
like that.
Understood. So I have to justify that lah dalam my methodology card.
More, everything need to be justified.
All right. Okay. Thank you so much, Prof. Thank
You're
you.
welcome, Lashmi. Question?
Yes. Good morning,
Yes,
Dr. Siran.
David. Morning.
Yeah. Yeah, morning. I'm David from Batam, Indonesia, actually.
Yes, David.
Yeah. I want to ask regarding to the our examiners. Will we have will we have the same examiners for DRP and Viva?
Yes, it's like this. Our practice is very hard to get same examiners, DRP and Viva. But our faculty is trying very hard to at least get one internal, one of our DRP examiner to be external, to be examiner for your Viva. At least one. So we try to maintain one because like me and Lokman Mahmud, I mentioned just now, that fast track student, I was the examiner for his DRP, and they will, you know, get me to be his Viva Voce panel also, examiner also. So we want that. Actually, we want that. We want the same person who already given, you know, all the suggestion during our Viva. During our DRP, and also we definitely want the same person for our Viva. Okay, so our faculty is trying hard to get, but sometimes it's not easy. But we know about that. So don't worry, insyaAllah Puan Dr. Aida will try to get the same internal examiner for your Viva. David?
All right. Yeah,
But if you
Dr.
could not,
Siran.
if you don't get, so it's okay, it's okay, it's okay.
Yeah, thank you, Dr. Siran. I got it. And then the next question, actually, regarding to our supervisor, should we have a 4 supervisor, or maybe we only have 2 or 3 for our supervisor? Yeah.
Okay. For actually for PhD, you need to
Yeah,
have
for PhD, actually.
PhD, you have to have 2 supervisors, one main, one co. Okay. But sometimes you and your main supervisor, have decided to get one more supervisor. That means the second co, to be in the, we would say, committee, committee of supervisors. There are so many reasons. Maybe because of the second co is good expert in research method, PLS or whatever, or maybe like me, I'm the second supervisor. It's like this. The student is actually staff, FBM staff, lecturer, right? So, but she did her PhD in at different faculty. So of course, her first and second and second supervisor are from that faculty. So the faculty would feel that, this student should have another supervisor from our faculty, in case, in case, okay, the title would divert, from business and management. So I would be there to monitor and advise, so that don't focus on different area, because after all, she got the, I would say, what we say, cuti, leave, study leave. from our faculty. So we don't want this student, 100% on the other faculty. So there are so many reasons why you need to have the third supervisor. So compulsory 2. Master can be 1, or it's okay to have 2 also, but 1 is enough. But PhD must be 2. Okay,
All right,
more
Dr.
question?
Siren. Yeah, thank you,
Okay.
Dr. Siren.
Okay, David. Question? More question?
Hi, Doctor.
Hello,
Nazira here.
Nazira.
Okay. I do have one question. One of your slide is a comments question that we asked.
Yeah.
The first question is, how do you come up with the idea for this project? Okay, Doctor, for your information, I'm a GRA student. The topic itself come out already have from my SB.
I know. Yeah. Okay.
So for the question is how to catch this kind of
Oh my
question.
God. Yeah, I
All right.
understand. Yeah, I understand. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. There is a situation whereby when the examiner asks, how did you, come across with this topic? In my opinion, uh, we know already, usually the examiners would know. Once you are a GRA or whatever, we know you are actually you got the topic from your main supervisor. There are so many cases whereby the main supervisor suggested, okay, you the certain topic just because the examiner, the supervisor is in the middle of doing a research or whatever, huh? But it's okay. It's okay. To me, all right. You can mention that the topic was suggested by my supervisor, and after I've after I've read, I have explored about this topic, I I've I'm so motivated in furthering, all right, or in exploring more on this topic. And eventually, I love this topic, and something like that, you can start with, supervisor suggested to you, and then you are you try to be very open, and eventually you love the topic. You cannot run away from that. You must love the topic.
All right, thank
You
you,
cannot
Prof.
say you are forced, or you don't like the topic, but what can I do? You cannot do that. You cannot say that, huh? You love the topic.
Yeah, I do understand. Thank you, Prof.
Yeah, that is very important, because if you do not like the topic, it's like you only go surface. You don't go deep, huh? You go only surface.
Thank
I
you
tell
so
you,
much.
seriously, huh? So enthusiasm, is not there.
All right.
Kan, Nazira?
Yeah,
It's okay,
because
it's okay. Don't worry. Just tell the truth, and you are fond. You like that topic. And you actually
because
do
this topic is
more.
actually my field also.
Okay lah. Okay. More question?
Assalamualaikum, Doctor.
Salam. Nurul Fatihah.
Yes, right. So
Yeah.
regarding when we're presenting our data, right, from
Yeah.
quantitative, so basically there are many numbers
Yep.
regarding LS and also SPSS. So how to make it less boring when presenting the data?
Make it easier for the examiner to decipher your data. All right. Put red box or red circle, or make it simple, presentable. You only present significant, regardless significant or not significant, your relationship. Any findings that that are interesting enough to present to the examiner, and you put like because you want to show, you want to say that, okay, maybe you want to factor analysis or something like that. So you just put the important data. All right. You don't have to put all. Okay. After all, the examiners have gone through your thesis already. If he or she has any question, he would ask later, because you know. So don't worry about that. So just present whatever you think that is most interesting, most interesting findings, regardless, significant or not significant. Present.
Okay, thank you so much.
Don't worry about that. You maybe you think that you will miss out, maybe, right?
Yeah,
But it's
that's
okay.
why.
It's okay. Panel has already have question, you know.
Okay, Dr. Nata, thank you so much.
Okay. One last question. 12:05 already.
Sorry, doctor. I have another question.
Liu, right?
Yeah. You said we must have two supervisor, but I think my two supervisor is from different faculty and different campus. Is it right? Is it okay?
Okay, Liu. Your main supervisor, you are FBM student? Are you FBM
Yeah.
student? Are you?
Yeah,
Okay, good. So your main supervisor is where is he or she now?
Actually, I'm in factory art and design and from Songyi Plani, and my main supervisor is there, Songyi Plani campus. But I have another supervisor. I think she come from information management. I think
Yeah.
faculty of
UITM.
information.
UITM.
Yeah, UITM.
Yeah, that is your co-supervisor.
Yeah.
Your main
It
supervisor is from China.
no. It's also from UITM.
Oh, okay.
Uh,
And your faculty, you're studying in which faculty? Art and design?
yeah, art and design.
Who? I why okay, do you did you recommend your supervisor or you are given?
Actually, originally I couldn't find a supervisor for more than 1 year, and I sent more emails to all the staff of the UITM,
Okay.
and the first response is a doctor from another faculty. So I chose this. I chose this person as my supervisor, and I don't know. Actually, I don't know. She come from another faculty and another campus.
Oh my
Yeah,
God, Liu. Okay,
and
Liu.
then yeah, and then I think it's the head of my head faculty. He said that I can't find a supervisor from another faculty, so I have to choose another uh, supervisor from my own faculty. So I have two supervisor come from different faculty and campus. Yeah.
Okay, it's quite complicated, Liu. It's actually it's okay, all right. Who your supervisors are, as long as they are expert, or their their study background, okay, is related to your research.
Yeah, yes, I think it's related to my research because I have a meeting with the first supervisor who is come from a different faculty, And she also said my research field is related to her. So she recommended herself as my supervisor. But she come from another faculty.
It's like this. Okay, so you register you are doing PhD, right?
Yeah, yes.
So you register your program in which faculty?
Faculty Arts and Design. I think it's 89550.
Then
Yeah.
it is okay, even though she is actually or he is actually from different campus. It's okay.
Okay. I think her name is called sorry, I don't know how to
Masna.
pronounce it.
Yeah, it's okay.
Masda. I can put it in the chat room.
Yeah. You
Can you
can put right.
could
But
you please recognize her?
of course I don't recognize
Um,
Masna Rafiki.
oh, okay. I will put it.
Just type her name.
Yeah.
Okay, but it's okay because you register in art and design and you got your supervisor from art and design, then faculty, then it is okay. Even
Okay.
though she is from different campus, you can always do research consultation with her online via online. My
Okay.
concern
Okay.
is your co-supervisor from IM, information management.
Yes, I think she is from information management. Yeah.
That one, I think you have to talk with your main supervisor. If your second supervisor or your co-supervisor, have something that can benefit your study, then it's okay, fine. Maybe she is or he is good in research method or whatever, then it's okay. But if not, I would suggest you to find or to fill the form or whatever, get a new co-supervisor that very much related to your study.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay, because co-supervisor individuals that always do not play their part.
Okay.
Only the main
Okay.
supervisor. So to me, you will lose, the opportunity to get more information and guidance from your supervisor. So always involve your all right? Always involve your co-supervisor. So if that supervisor is not helping you, because he or she is from information management, my advice is to get a new one from the same
Okay.
faculty.
Okay. So can I have another question? So before the DIP, if I do I need endorsement from my
Of course,
co-sub supervisor?
not
Oh,
only
okay.
main.
Only me. Oh,
Yes,
okay.
main is so
Okay.
powerful.
Yeah, I think I'm currently living close to my main supervisor, but the co-supervisor is a little further from where I live
It's
in.
okay. Only main supervisor.
Okay.
Okay. All
Okay,
right.
thank you, doctor.
All right, you're welcome. So I think now 12:15, like 2 hours 15 minutes already. If you have any question, you just email me. I think you can find my email address on website. Okay. I will give you my because where to okay, here. I will give you my handphone number. 017 2743838. Okay, if you have any, more questions, you may ask me. If I don't, reply, don't get, okay, just, inshallah, I will reply. If I forget, I tend to forget or overlook, text me again. Right? Inshallah, I will reply. I will help. If I cannot help you, I will find my other friends to help to get the answer. Inshallah, inshallah.
Can I get a quick question, Doctor?
Yeah. Who, Shah?
Okay. For your opinion for Viva preparations, how many
Viva.
publication is recommended?
Ayo, that one for PhD, 2. One as main author. Okay, so another one as long as accepted, I think. Go to IPSIS. Go to IPSIS website. Get all information from there. There are so many information that you should know and understand and use. For example, the template, the whatever, so many. All right. So this is for you, not for other, other people. So, need to have one article at least as main author, and another one, if I'm not mistaken, if as long as your article is accepted by that journal. For master, only one. As main author.
Based on minimum requirement from IPSIS,
Minimal.
by 2, but is it based on your opinion for 4th-year study, 2 paper is enough for get into Viva for a clear?
Of course. Okay, of course. Get more than 2 if possible.
Okay, thank you,
That is
Doctor.
minimal. Don't go for minimal. Go for more than 2. Okay? Okay, all right.
Okay, thank you,
All
Doctor.
right. So, with that, I thank you. I hope, I can, what I have shared, all right, you can get some input and would help you in your PhD and master's journey. So, if you have encountered any problems, don't get easily panic. Inshallah, all problems can be solved if you first stay calm and then consult your supervisor. If your supervisor, is busy, you have co. If co is busy, you have other lecturers, you have your friends, you have, so get help. Get help. Younger generation usually reluctant to get help because they don't like confrontation, they don't like rejection. So it's okay. Okay, if even though you are being rejected, they don't attack your personal. They actually, it is nothing to do with your personal. You have to believe that all these are professional. All these will mature you, all right, to become a better researcher, all right, a better person, of course, all right. So, all right. So, with that, I thank you. Inshallah, if we have, rezeki, we can meet online or face to face. Say hi to me. With that, I thank you. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi taala wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.